All right, fellas. What I got here today in box, Northpoint NT-3-HP. Still has all the original hardware, never opened, never used. Has the original manual. It's in really good shape. As you can see here, it's got a speaker mic jack on there, where you can hook up a hands-free headset. On the back, got a variable talkback control and of course your port for your frequency counter. I'm going to put this one over here and run it through and show you on the equipment what it's doing. Then we'll open it up, take a look inside. Alrighty. Channel 20 AM. Turn the squelch down. Got it hooked up to the SIM core here. I am gonna run a test here. 1X, channel 20. Calibrated right to S9. Take it down, all the way down on the lowest setting. Still bringing in a pretty good signal there. Alrighty. Switch this over to a transmit test. This really won't be ideal on the SIM core because 20 watts is what its max dummy load setting is there. But here, low power, AM. Turn the mic gain all the way down. Can't go to FM on this. I'll show you why in a minute. Well, you can, but it's not good for the SIM cord. We're on RF power. Low power is, I'm gonna set it up around 2 watts. This takes just a second. Yeah. Medium. Just under 6. High. Ooh. Don't be concerned. I'll show you why in just a second. Let me put this back down to low. Let's see. Take the SIM cord out. Oh, I'll be right back. Alright, I switched over to a dummy load in the scope here. Channel 20, low power. Let's see, 20 watt scale. It's at about 2 watts. Medium power, showing about 5. High power, this one will be about 10 or 11. A little bit different than the SIM core. Let's go over to the 200 watt scale and you'll see we're at 10 watts or so. Now, doesn't matter where this setting is. I'll even put it on low. When you go to FM, 200 watt scale, 40 watts. Doesn't matter where this sets. There seems to be no adjustment in the radio. I'll show you in a minute, but it's not tied to the AM power like most radios that have a board like this. While I'm over here, let me show you how to change the bands on this. Because as you can see, we got a volume and squelch, mic RF gain, AM, FM. Turn your mic gain back up here. Your echo controls, echo on and off. Of course, your power, your noise blanker on and off. But now you see your bright dim switch. You'll think, oh, that's cool. I can just dim the radio at night. Well, I kind of sort of know. When you go to dim, this is how you change your bands. Band 4 is like band D on a Galaxy. So you got 6 bands total. So, yeah, you put it down into dim to change your frequency. And we'll run through those frequencies real quick. Hold on, let me take it down to channel 1. down to band 1. Let's see. 25, that should be 615. Probably needs a little bit of an alignment. I haven't gone totally through it yet, but dim, band 6, highest channel. 28 should be 305. There's no clarifier or nothing because it's AM FM, so I'll have to go in and adjust it in the radio here. But I haven't really had to do anything to this radio. Operates pretty well. You wouldn't notice such a small frequency difference on regular operation. Let's see. The noise it's picking up here is from the Syncor. Let's see, channel 20. Alright, so I got it on medium power. About 5 watts. Audio. To about 20. High power. Audio. Looks like about 35 or so. I think I turned the talk back off at it. Audio. Hello. So it is proportional. If I go to low power, key in 2, hello, audio, swinging to about 10. So this hasn't been super swing modded and all that jazz there. You know, this is pretty much a stock radio in pretty good shape. And that's about what these would do out of the box after conversion. I did notice that the AM modulation for high power has been set almost all the way, but the other ones are left in their stock configuration. Let's see what that looks like. All right, we're back. I don't have the official mic tester, but this will do. We're on high power. Let's see. I'd say that's about what you want. Audio, 1, 2, audio, hello. Try medium power. Let's see here. Low power. I'd say that's about all you can ask for. Put it back to high. That's pretty darn on spot there. See what it does on the MFJ with a little bit of talking. Alright, we're on the MFJ now. And of course the other radio IDs in the background every time I start to make a video. Let's see, we're on high power. Audio, 1, 2, audio. Hello, audio. It's showing about 30. Of course, when you go through and clip these and tweak them to the max, it'll actually do about 45. Just like the FM's starting at 40. Alright, let's turn the echo on and listen to it on a monitor radio, or turn the talk back on. Let's try audio, 1, 2, audio, 1, 2, 3, audio. And then the talkback adjustment is right here. Audio. Oh, a little too much. Audio. 1, 2, 3. Audio. Hello. Let me scan through the band and see if anybody's talking right now. Be back in a bit. How about you, wallpaper man? This radio doesn't have any Roger beep or anything on it. Not that you need it. Put the echo on. How about you, Cheezo? It's a very shiny front bezel faceplate there, and that will definitely scratch just by looking at it. Yeah, can't seem to find anybody. I'm gonna keep scanning. Well, couldn't find any locals talking, but there's somebody driving by playing music. Well, they're kind of fading out now. Quite annoying. Now this is actually an encoder. If I were to hold this and do this, I can tweak it. This is not a regular channel knob on here, but because usually channel 3 is in this position. I'll fix that. How about you, wallpaper man? Are you out there tonight? I haven't heard anybody yet. Well, I guess the next logical thing to do, take this bottom cover off and let you have a gander on the inside. Be right back. All right, got this cover off. So here's your talkback control, and this isn't something somebody added, but I open it from the back to get a view of the inside. This board is very similar to an RCI EPT 3600 14B board, but not exact. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. And even this Echo board right here, this has a relay that controls the transmit for the radio. If you try to bypass this board like you would on a Galaxy and just unplug the mic and plug it in over here, the radio won't transmit without this Echo board in it, whether the Echo's on or off. But I have yet to discover what this board does. I thought maybe it had something to do with the FM power, since I couldn't find an adjustment anywhere. But nope, I set it to where it was. It's going to the talkback control, but nothing you turn here actually adjusts anything about the talkback. Your AM regulator is mounted to the side, and the pre-driver is located down there instead of having a place on the board for it. And that is the way it came from the factory. This isn't somebody's weird modification. These aren't your standard Ranger knobs. They're very similar to the green Ranger ones, but these are a little bit bigger. They're not quite as big as the Cobra or the Connex ones, but they're that plastic sealed style. Here's your encoder. It has a little chopper disc, kind of like an old Yaesu. Got a Zilog processor on there to control the channels, and that's part of the conversion. You cut this here and move a jumper over here somewhere abouts. I don't really know much about this radio other than the conversion. I found stuff about that on the internet, but now here is the audio jack for the hands-free set. This was not bodged. Like I said, this was a feature. Doesn't look like anybody's done anything to this radio. Most of your adjustments line up with a Galaxy. You know, your AM high power, low power, AM modulation, low power modulation. The hidden ones here for medium power and modulation. The adjustments here look to be the same, but a lot of this is configured different, and this is configured different. Let me hook up this back up to a dummy load and hook a microphone to it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, the relay clicking here. Hold on a second. Alrighty, I have returned. Okay, as you can see, I do not have a speaker connected. I don't have a speaker connected on the inside of the radio. Got the volume down. I'm on a dummy load. Well, let's see if you can pick up this click. There's a click, there's a relay on this Echo board. And that doesn't matter if the Echo is on or off. Now this Echo board, if you flip it over, it has all the same connections as a Ranger board. But if you put a Ranger board in here, this radio won't transmit. If you bypass, unhook your mic connector and hook it directly up to where it comes in, you know, on models that don't have an Echo board, it won't transmit. Instead of having a regular switching transistor and capacitor in there, you have to go through this. I just thought that was very strange, but kind of gives you an old feeling, like you're using an old tube type rig, you know, when you get that click there. Zilog. And you cannot use another channel assembly, you know, from a Galaxy or a Ranger. The pin layout's different here, but on the board, the header is the same, so you might be able to rig something up. Of course, this board isn't fully populated because it's only AM and FM. Most of your layout of your capacitors here are the same, but like I said, look at that. That must have something to do. This isn't a standard regulator either. That must have something to do, if you see where it's going, to the FM. having such high output. The finals just appear to be a pair of 1969s. I don't know what the driver, I think it's a 2166, but putting out 40-50 watts. It's got 12 volts running to there when you're in FM mode directly from the regulator. And that's not a standard 754 or 817 or 827. Looks like it's a 2SB 688. So another little bit of weirdness on this radio. She talks. Can probably use a little frequency adjustment. Let me do that real quick while I'm in here. Be right back. Alrighty, we're still on the dummy load here. Channel 20. Showing just a touch high. It's a very touchy adjustment. If you turn it just a little bit, it'll be 2046 or 45. It's very touchy can in here. But well, if you hook an external frequency counter to it, it'd make more sense to be just a touch high. Channel 40. Channel 1. Yeah, I might go ahead and hit that and turn it down. Hold on. All right. Took a bit of finagling, but pretty close now. That's as close as it's going to get on one of these kind of radios. Let's see. $27,205.05. Close enough for government work. Yep, I'll leave it at that. Let me get this back together and see if my buddy's back yet. I think I got somebody out there. Still out there, Cheezo?
Yeah.
Echo back on. Is this one sounding alright? Got the old echo on there now.
Yeah, you sound alright, already.
I don't like that internal talk back. This one got more gumption than that Cobra 19 I was talking on while I was fixing this.
Sound like it does.
Maybe I do want to do the talk back here. Well, this one's got a relay in it to transmit. Put on middle power. There, I put it on medium power. Does that sound any different?
That's same already.
I don't know if you've ever heard of one of these radios. I know what the squeal's coming from. Sorry, I was getting a little bit of feedback. There we go. This is a Northpoint NT-3-HP. Got the box and everything with it.
Wow.
It's a little bit difficult to change your bands though.
I say.
If you don't remember how, you got to put the switch down to the dim position, and then you can change your bands on the channel selector and put it back up to bright and it'll work right.
Yeah,
Well, as long as it sounds good. It's got a board in here. It's almost like a Galaxy, but not quite. Most of the adjustments are the same, most of the layout's the same, but a lot of little things are different. And the parts aren't interchangeable. I went ahead and aligned it on frequency. I had it open there. I'm making a video. Went ahead and just aligned it real quick since I was in there. Went through the transmitter and everything. Everything was pretty much on, just off frequency, just a hair. Well, that'd be probably the end of my video, but I was going to tell you one weird thing. I put this in the video too, but the echo board in here has a relay on it. And every time you key up, it clicks like an old tube type radio. But if you unplug the echo board and hook the mic connector straight up like you do on a Galaxy that don't have an echo board, or if you try to put a different echo board in it, it won't key up.
That's weird.
That relay circuit's just part of it. It's got 2 wires soldered to that board going right down to where the switching transistor usually is. I think I'm going to call this video right here, but I don't know if I'll put this one up for sale just yet because of the weirdness. I want to play with this speaker jack on the front and see if I can use that for other kinds of shenanigans. Maybe an audio input directly. But there we have it for this one. I'll say 73s to everybody, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. I'll try to get more up here. I've been quite busy with personal stuff, but you know, I have been fixing radios on the side, just a little too busy to set up the camera and get ready here. So, well, we'll catch you on the next one. I'm gone.